Hey, welcome back to Parking Lot Chats with Corin
and Bo.
What's up? I guess we didn't.
Okay, we'll get our shit together.
One day.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about the Super Bowl first?
Let's do it.
Let's
That's
do it.
probably the most
That's the most important thing. It's the most important thing right now.
Is it? I had fun though. We went to a big Super Bowl party.
Did you? How was
Yeah.
that?
It was fun. There was a lot of people there, and I wore like a it's so stupid. I told my friend Lisa that I was wearing a shirt, that I had a shirt for the Super Bowl, and I wasn't gonna tell him what it was. It was a surprise, which it wasn't that big of a deal. But I also I don't know, just fucking with him, right? Like, it was a stupid statement about Taylor Swift. It said hating Taylor Swift is a red flag.
Oh, that's fun.
So I didn't want to, I don't know, I just wanted to show up in it. I didn't want everyone to already know what I was wearing. So then it turned into this whole thing, and she was like, oh, well, then I have a costume picked out, and it's a surprise. I'm not telling you what it is. And then, she made everyone, show up in costume. So,
Like a costume Super Bowl party?
Yeah.
That's more
so
fun.
she was like a referee. Another girl showed up as a Hooters girl with
that's
wings.
fun.
I showed up dressed I guess kind of dressed like Taylor Swift. I had that shirt on, had my red lips, my sparkly boots.
Cute.
Another girl had just a football shirt that said what did it say? Something about TDs. You like my, don't look at my TDs, or
Like playing on titties.
touch my TDs or something.
That's
Yeah,
funny.
I forget what it was, but it was 2 footballs. But it was fun. So we did that, and then they took shots every time Taylor Swift was shown.
Which was what, 3 times?
Yeah. I was like, oh my gosh. Listen, I cannot believe that they showed Jay-Z and Beyonce. You know what I mean?
Did you see?
I can't believe they showed them.
They showed Leo DiCaprio doing coke.
No.
Yeah.
No.
There was one where he had a bump,
You
and then I
think?
saw another picture, and he had a credit card in his hand like
No,
this.
stop
I
it.
swear to God, I saw it on Instagram. I saw there was 2
I've seen
different.
the videos of Leo not looking
There's
up.
one, and it looked like he went. And then there was one he had a credit card in his hand like this. I
No.
swear to you, I'm sober now, but I lived in Miami in my 20s for a long time, right? So I know.
I saw the videos of
partook.
Leo, and he wasn't paying attention, right? He's looking down.
Well, you got a credit card like
But I
this
did
chopping.
not notice
Why do
any
you have
of
a credit card
that.
out like this? You're chopping lines. You're
I
chopping
did not
lines. That's
notice
the
any
only.
of that.
You
Okay,
know
now I
he's
have
not
to go back
paying
and
with a
look at
credit
it.
card in the Super Bowl. He's probably got a
No.
fucking
I mean,
don't
if I
know
saw
Magic
that-
Band. What's a Magic Band in real life? Apple Pay.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? You're not pulling out your credit card.
No, if I saw a credit card, I didn't see that. I just saw he was looking down.
Yeah. That's
I'm
what it like to
pissed
me.
they showed him, really. That's so
Honestly,
fucked
I
up.
can't believe it. Honestly.
Justin Bieber, Hailey Bieber, why the fuck are they showing them?
Right. Why do we care? Why do we care?
So
Stop
fucking
ruining football.
Stupid. I can't believe they would show celebrities at a football game. So fucking stupid.
Stop ruining football.
Yeah, it's not about the celebrities.
It's about the game.
Yes.
So I used to watch a lot of football. I lived in Miami. We would go to Dolphins games. I had a friend who was obsessed with the Dolphins, and she made me like football. And then it was fun. It's fun when you get to go.
Yeah.
And then I was a beer tender for a long time. But then you want to know what's going on because people are going to talk to you about it. So I haven't watched in 5 years. So this is the first game that I've watched, and they really didn't show her all. Honestly, with everything that you've seen
No, it was a
online, I
few
thought it was
times.
going to be the people act like it's half the game. It was literally 5 times for a second, if
Yeah.
5. It was maybe 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to see her.
And honestly, yeah, they're just giving us what we want. I wanted to see her. Fuck you if you didn't.
I wanted to see her outfit. It was cute. She had her friends with her. It was cute. The brother was with her in his fucking outfit.
Yeah, I love him. He's so
Yeah,
funny.
it was
They're
funny.
polar opposites. Jason's the fun guy, you know what I mean? And then Travis is always dressed to the nines.
Right.
And Jason's fuck it.
He had a full-on plaid fucking
Yeah.
overalls, and then I saw them going to the after party. He had a WWE
Yeah.
wrestling mask
Yeah.
on.
What was that? Ray the Machine. What is it? What is that guy? Oh, all right.
I saw it and it looked familiar, but I don't.
Yeah.
I don't think I've watched WWE since 1996.
No.
So I don't know who anybody is, and I wouldn't remember if I knew them then. I was trying to remember The Rock's moves the other night, and I was dropping my kid.
All
And I
I know
couldn't
is
remember.
I love when the John Cena memes come up and they're like, "Who's there? We can't see him."
That's pretty
so
funny.
funny.
I do like that. That is funny. But I don't
He
remember
just
like
did,
watching
like,
him as wrestling.
Yeah. And he just did a like guest appearance with the Savannah Bananas at like their second game.
Oh, really?
Do you know the Savannah Bananas?
I've seen you go on Instagram. That's it.
Yeah.
I know.
They're like
It's like Globetrotters for baseball.
exactly. Yeah. But they're really funny. Like, their games are amazing. And John Cena came out, and one of them did something about, like, not being able to see him. And it's so stupid, but it's so funny.
It's funny. He's a really good actor, too. He did... Okay, so, like, I and my partner into, like, Marvel and, like, superhero shit.
Yeah.
So he did, like, the DC version of this Peacemaker guy.
Yeah.
He's Peacemaker in the show. It's really good. It's really, really good.
Yeah, he's good.
He's good. He's really good. He's really funny. And there's like other people in the show too that like I was like they meshed really well together.
Right.
It was one of the girls from Orange Is the New Black was there, and it was a really good show. And I was surprised because I thought he was like a stupid wrestler.
Right. I mean, that's The Rock too, right? Well, I guess because wrestling was fake, they have to be good actors.
Right. I guess they're good actors now.
That's what everyone's saying about the NFL now too. Like because the wrestling, like WWE is an entertainment company, and so is the NFL. So now everyone's like, well, WWE was all scripted. And you remember, like, how much people had to, like, argue that?
Yeah.
Like, so many people believed that it was all real. And then they finally, at some point, have come out and, like, said, like, we're an entertainment company. So now that NFL is, like, under the entertainment company guys as well, people are like, well, is this fucking scripted too?
So I don't go on Facebook a lot, and I opened Facebook the day after the Super Bowl, and I shouldn't have, because that's all it was. Everybody was like,
the script.
It was everybody. It was and I don't know if it's just the people that I know in real life. I don't know what happened to. Maybe that's why, because I don't go on Facebook, so I don't like interact with like regular people, just people I know in real life. And it was all like, the NFL is clearly fake because we knew that the Chiefs were going to win as soon as they put Taylor together with Travis. This is all it's all part of the one world government.
Oh God.
Right. It got really, really crazy. And I was like, this is why I don't go on Facebook. This is exactly why I don't open Facebook.
Yeah.
What is wrong with y'all? I mean, because like that's not, I mean, so again, I used to watch football and like I understand the game. So like I did watch the game and like that was a really good game. I don't think all that was scripted. I don't think any of that was fake or meant to be like.
I mean, when we were at the party and everyone was like, oh, the 49ers are going to win, and I was like, guys, they would never allow that to happen. Like, the Chiefs are making them entirely too much money right now. And they're like, you really think it's scripted? I don't fucking. I mean, I don't fucking know. Like, it could be, right? Like,
it could be. Anything could be true.
Anything could be true. Anything's fucking possible.
Anything's possible
in the realm of TV.
And that's true. That's true. Especially like with the way things are.
And the Chiefs are making them entirely too much money right now.
And that's fair, but it just looked like they were. It looks real. It looks so real.
It probably. I'm sure it was.
Do you believe that? I don't know if you. I don't feel like you do. Kim also is into some conspiracy theories.
I believe mermaids are real too, so conspiracy theories will get me.
I'll give you mermaids. I'll give you mermaids.
Thank you.
Do you think they're fish top or fish bottom?
Bottom. They have fucking fins. What do you mean fish top?
I've seen mermaids. I've seen people that think that like the top's like a fish head and then the bottom's like
no,
the legs
stop.
and penis.
Stop.
Yeah.
I think that would be too hideous.
Yeah, and that was it. People were like, "Man, mermaids are disgusting. Check it out." I don't know where I saw this, but I definitely
I don't
saw
believe
it
that.
Look at that lizard. Sorry.
I saw that. It's part mermaid.
He looks like it, right? He looks like it. Look at that big ass butterfly.
They squirrel. That was like your version of a squirrel.
That was a big ass butterfly. Yeah, so I thought that the game was real. I thought that, but I mean, it
was a good game either way. It was fucking close the entire time. And then the 49ers are like coming out saying they didn't understand the rules. Like, what?
Did they say that?
Yeah.
He was real clear. He was real fucking clear.
Yeah, they said they didn't understand overtime rules.
He said everybody gets one possession unless you score as the defense. So like if they got the ball first, if the Chiefs would have scored intercept and pat and on that, then that would have been it. But if not, you each get one possession. You got your possession, they got their possession. What do you not understand?
Yeah, they didn't understand it.
I thought it was real fucking clear cut.
Their interviews.
And I mean, it was 10 o'clock at night, so like I was pretty tired, and like
late.
I completely understood the fucking rules.
Yeah.
And I don't play for the NFL, so I feel like maybe if you do, it shouldn't have been that confusing. I don't even know what you could have been confused about.
Yeah.
That was real fucking clear cut. I thought it was a good game. I thought it was, and I felt like everybody played so good. I had said to Eric when it looked like the 49ers were going to win that, like, I was clearly on Taylor Swift's side, but, like, I don't really care about either team, so I would have felt like they both played so well, I would have been cool with either outcome.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I have a cousin who's, like, a big 49ers
I'm not,
fan.
like, yeah, I don't have a team or anything. I'm not, like, some Chiefs fan. I just think it's funny because all my friends call me, like, the Swiftie. Like, I'm definitely
You are. That's a
the
thing.
Swiftie in the friend group.
But, like, that's your thing about music in general.
So-
you like music, you like live music, you like your bands.
Yeah.
I mean, but you do love Taylor Swift, but, like, you're kind of like the music person.
I just, like, support her through and through, so I just thought it's funny to me to root for the Chiefs. Like, obviously, I'm not going to go against them.
Right, obviously not.
Like, but I'm not running out and, like, buying Chiefs gear either.
No, that's just expensive.
That'd be
NFL
weird.
official gear is fucking wild.
Yeah. The halftime was fucking good, though.
Oh my god, it was amazing. When Alicia Keys started playing, I obviously, I knew it.
I know.
And I don't know, I spontaneously burst into tears. I started crying. I was like,
It
oh my
was so
god, Alicia
good.
Keys is there.
I know.
Eric was like, what? He's like doing his taxes. I'm like, it's Alicia Keys. And then honestly, so I didn't recognize Jermaine Dupri. He looked, I saw the internet said he looked like Boss
honestly,
Baby, and he did.
Yeah, someone else was like, I thought CeeLo Green came out.
I thought it was CeeLo Green too. And then at the end when Usher was like, I introduced you to the A, I was like, oh, Jermaine Dupri's not going to like this. He was there the whole time.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize it because he looked like a baby. And then he was on Instagram talking shit because people were talking shit about his socks. So he was like, let me give you a close-up of my socks. They're Louis Vuitton.
We did have like the baby socks, like the child socks
okay,
on.
I don't care if your socks are Louis Vuitton. They got a pocket held together with a pearl. Those are still baby socks no matter who made them, you weirdo. Why do your socks got a pocket with a pearl clasp?
I don't know. I honestly didn't.
Celebrity fashion's weird.
I danced the entire. I was like at an Usher show. Like we got on the fucking coffee table. And we're dancing. So I honestly didn't actually watch it, but I fully enjoyed it.
Did you know that Usher was wearing skates?
I saw him in skates. Yeah, I thought
That was probably my favorite
fucking
part.
cool.
That was my favorite part. I was like, why is he on skates? I don't care, but I love it.
I know. Like, people like the skate part was weird. I'm like, what? I love that.
I loved it too. I was like, why? I don't care why I love it.
I know.
Alicia
I mean, I
Keys'
think it's
whole
like
outfit.
a throwback, right? Like that's
What it was. We were always skating.
The millennial, like our generation is so into like the nostalgia right now, and it's what sells.
Yeah.
Like with our generation.
And we hung out at the skating rink
and
for
we
damn
hung
sure.
out at the fucking skating rink. So I feel like he just played right into that, you know? And that's what they did by putting him on as halftime show too. They were just trying to play into the millennial like nostalgia. That shit sells right now.
And you keep seeing these memes. I think I sent one to our page, and it was like, I don't know, pull it up, but it was basically like, the Super Bowl is always aimed towards like sad middle-aged nerds, you know, trying to relive their glory days. And then he was like, oh wait, I hear it now.
Oh wait.
It was a good time though. I feel like I sent something else though. But these guys. Okay, we can finish talking about this show though. But her dress. I want to talk about Alicia Keys' dress because it was beautiful and amazing and perfect, and so were her shoes. And I loved the entire thing.
I didn't notice the dress. The dress was red, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I noticed the dress. I didn't notice the
maybe
shoes.
it wasn't even a dress. It was like a fucking bodysuit with like an insane.
I don't know. I know she looked good.
100-foot cape and like these shoes that were like into the bodysuit. Oh my god, it was
that's
so,
cool.
Oh
I
my
didn't notice that.
God.
I didn't even see a picture of that. I'll have to see it.
I'm gonna get it.
But
right
I
now.
know.
Where's the
I remember
shade room? 'Cause I know they were
thinking
posted it.
she looked good and sounded amazing.
And you know what else? Alicia Keys still. Okay, so you weren't watching because you were dancing,
Even
which
Usher
is
thought
fair.
so.
Usher thought so, and you know what's okay? So I follow her husband online. So all of Instagram was like, "Oh my God, Swiss Beats! Oh my God, he was touching your wife." And Swiss Beats went on there. You know what? Let's go to Swiss. I'm gonna read Swiss Beats' exact quote because this is how you act as a person. Where's he at?
I mean, they've been friends for
Exactly. That's what he was like.
ever.
Swiss Beats, and that's not. Oh, I spelled it wrong because it's a Z, right?
Probably. Honestly, I didn't know her husband.
He's amazing. Swiss Beats is amazing. Okay. He said, y'all talking about the wrong damn thing. Y'all don't see that amazing dress covering the entire stadium. Tonight's performance was nothing but amazing with two amazing giants. Congrats, Usher and my love. That song is a classic. We don't do negative vibes on this side. We make history. Go, and then that's his thing that he's producing or whatever. I don't know. He did a thing. But yeah, you know what I mean?
That's a great response.
Right. That's how you act.
Yeah.
That's how you
Wait,
act.
her dress was really like that?
Yes, it really was.
It really went all in the stadium like that.
It was this, that's what I'm saying. It was a 100-foot cape behind her.
What?
It was crazy. It was I don't know how
How
they
did
did
I
it. It must have
miss
been
that?
strings or something. You were dancing on the table. You just told us. You just told us. Yeah, look at her. So you can kind of see it there. But it goes way back.
Oh, shit.
She clearly had to drop it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you can, when she started in the piano, I heard the chords and I was like, oh.
Listen,
and you saw it on the piano.
For those of you listening to the podcast right now,
Oh, yeah.
we do post, like, anything we talk about, like, that has
yeah,
a
I'll save
visual.
this.
We post it to our Instagram's story, and then we save it as a highlight. Because obviously, we're looking at something right now, but you can't see it.
Yeah, so I just sent that post, so we'll post that because I just
So if
sent
you
it.
haven't seen our dress, it'll be in the highlights of our Instagram story.
And then, why was I even
Which
going to the
is-
shade room in the beginning?
Parking lot chats with Corn and Bo.
Oh, I was going to show you her dress from the shade room. Never mind.
It's parking lot chats podcast.
Parking
lot chats podcast.
I almost said podcast.
Podcast. Not bad.
Yeah, so her dress was amazing. She's amazing. I also screamed out loud when Ludacris came out.
Yeah.
The whole thing, I did not recognize Jermaine Dupri, but I thought about him.
Lil Jon. I love
Lil Jon came
out.
out.
Like, Lil Jon was such a staple, like, to high school, I feel like. Like, we loved him.
We loved him. Did I ever tell you we got to hang out with him at a strip club one time?
No, I don't think so.
So back in the day, so I mentioned we lived in Miami, and so when you live in Miami and you're young, right, like you become friends with everybody. So we had friends that were promoters. It was actually a friend's boyfriend was a promoter, who he is still a promoter to this day, because I read about it in a book recently, and he was there, and I was like, why the fuck are you still there? But anyway, so it was my sister's birthday, so, okay, we're aging ourselves here. We were in Mansion, right, because that was a big club in 2004.
Yeah.
So we were at Mansion, and it was like just, because again, when you're friends with the promoters, and like we had a friend that worked there, like you're there a lot, right? So Mansion's not that exciting.
Right.
So it was kind of dead. It was like a weeknight, and this person, whose name I'm not going to say, he was like, okay, well, we can go up to, I don't think it was King of Diamonds. It was somewhere else. Anyway, maybe it was King of Diamonds. But so we went up to North Miami. We go into the club. No one's there. First of all, we almost couldn't get in, but then I knew the girl at the door. And I knew the girl at the door from like some ridiculous ass circumstances, and she was still trying to give me a hard time. And I was like, Jesus Christ, Jennifer, let me the fuck in. Her name was Jennifer, that's true. And she's the one that told me about wine laundry. She was like, I just do my laundry once a week, and I go to the laundromat, and I just bring a bottle of wine with me. And I'm like, Jennifer, how do you make sure you got all your shit when you leave then? Drinking a whole bottle of wine at the laundromat?
Jennifer didn't care.
No, she did not give a fuck.
Yeah.
But she gave a fuck about my sister's ID that time. Anyway, so she let us in. So we get in, and like normally when you go into the club, if you're like comped and you're with a promoter, you'll get like a bottle of Grey Goose and like a bottle of champagne. Like that's it. That's all that's comped. If you want anything else, you got to pay. So it's my sister's birthday. She wants Patron. We find Lil Jon. I don't know why. He's there by himself with like his security guards.
So random.
It's a strip club in North
I
Miami.
guess
It's not that random. It's not that random. That's kind of how it goes. And it's like a weeknight, right? So it's just him and like some strippers and like his fucking people. And he starts like hitting on my sister, and she's like, I mean, if you want to buy me a bottle of Patron, and he's like, I'll go for it. So they sit at the bar and they drink a bottle of Patron together while the rest of us are fucking partying. And then for like 2 weeks, this promoter friend of ours is like, okay, Sam, like you got to give him your number now. He really, and she would not.
Oh my God.
So he bought a bottle of Patron. We all got a couple of shots. She got to drink it all, and she never talked to him again. But he was trying. So yeah. So yeah, big fan.
Yeah.
And we did get to hang out with him that one
Yeah.
time. That's what happens when you live in Miami, though. It's just, that's how shit
Yeah,
is.
random shit happens.
Random shit just happens. I had like, we used to have Busta Rhymes used to come in, and he would ask for this one server, and she had this big ass, but she was okay. We became friends, just in case she sees this. We were not friends in the beginning, but we eventually were friends. And she had a really big ass, and I mean, so I get it. But he would come in, he'd be like, is Rosa here? And if Rosa wasn't there, this motherfucker left.
Oh,
he would
shit.
get his food to go, and he would leave. If Rosa was there, Busta Rhymes will sit down and he will eat at a table. If Rosa's not there, he's getting his food to go and he's fucking leaving.
Did he tip good?
Yeah.
Well, good.
Yeah. So yeah, Lil Jon.
And the East Side Boys.
And the East Side Boys. Yeah, he started yelling, yeah, and I was so excited. I started yelling.
That'd be like they made yeah.
Right. Ferris started yelling. It was a whole thing. We had a really good time.
Did he yell? I thought he yelled yeah in the fucking
Oh,
strip
no,
club.
no,
That
no,
was so funny.
No, he was really chill. He's really chill by himself.
Oh, really?
Like, barely
Yeah.
spoke, like, and very, like, soft-spoken. Dave Chappelle did a skit about it, and it was funny because we met him, I want to say before, I don't remember if it was before or after. I think it was before, and then when Dave Chappelle did the skit, I was like, that's really how he is. Dave Chappelle did a skit on the Chappelle Show where he would be like Little John, and then he would talk like this, and he would be like real eloquently speaking, and then he would go, yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's really how he is. Like, he speaks like really, really, he's very soft spoken, like speaks very like clearly, like very like eloquently, and then he just screams what and yeah on people's songs. But like having a conversation with him, you would think it's like a Harvard fucking doctorate, you know what I mean? Like, he talks like, yeah, it's not what you would expect.
Yeah, no.
But
Not when you yell, yeah.
right. That's your whole lyrical catalog, right? Is yeah and what? Okay. What? Oh, good times. So yeah, the show was good. I liked all the commercials. The Dunkin' shit was hilarious.
Dunkin' Kings?
Yeah, Dunkings.
Dunkings.
I liked when J-Lo let Tom Brady stay at the end.
Yeah. Tom, you can stay. What?
It's been all over my Instagram for the last 2 days, and I don't know if I just missed the beginning, like the parts with like Jack Harlow in the car. It's like before, it's like, I don't know, I guess there was like multiple commercials, because I keep seeing them on, or maybe they just put them on Instagram, but it was like, it's like Ben Affleck is like sitting in the car with Jack Harlow, and he's like, I gotta do this, and Jack Harlow's like, no, you should not do this. And Ben Affleck's like, she comes to my job, I could go, she you know, she
I
goes to
saw
my
that,
yeah. And then there was like another one, and he was like, you know, but something in my head is telling me that I shouldn't do it. And he's like, you should listen to that. Yeah, that's your voice of reason. He's like, no, I obviously don't have one of those. And it was just really funny. I don't know. I think that Ben Affleck is funny.
Yeah, I know, and he's portrayed like a miserable in every paparazzi, like.
But he's not, I mean, everything
Yeah.
I watch with him is so good. I didn't watch Good Will Hunting until a couple of years ago, and I know that was how he got popular, but I just saw it a couple of years ago, and it was pretty good.
Yeah, he's
I
a
mean-
good actor.
We've loved everything else.
Yeah. I don't know. He just is always miserable in paparazzi shots, I guess. That's what pays.
And as millennials, I know I'm so happy that him and J-Lo were finally back together.
I know.
Right? I just love it. It's such a full circle situation.
Yeah.
Right? Have your kids with Jennifer Garner, but now you're back with J-Lo where you belong. I like Jennifer Garner, I'm just saying.
J-Lo had kids with Mark Anthony, right?
Yeah. And I feel like Jennifer Garner's a little classier than Ben Affleck. You know what I mean? Like, Ben Affleck and J-Lo are like, I love them and they're big celebrities, but they also seem like real people that, like, you would really find, like, somewhere sketchy and, like, it would be okay. You know what I mean? Like, whereas, like, I don't know if Jennifer Garner could hang out somewhere sketchy and be okay.
No.
And I feel like the two of them would be fine.
Yeah.
Like, they're big celebrities, but, like, they weren't always. Like, they're both kind of from the hood. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know where Ben Affleck was from.
He's from, like, Boston.
Oh, is that the hood?
Well, I think all of Boston is pretty, yeah. I don't think it's a great place. I think they have, like, some fancy colleges or something, but, like, in general, like, I don't think it's nowhere I'm trying to go.
No.
No, I think that's where, like, I think that's why they get to do the Dunkin' commercials, right? Because Dunkin's real big in, like, I almost said the Northeast, like, Massachusetts and all that. They're, like, really into their fucking Dunkin'. I
Well,
think that's, like, a whole thing,
Dunkin',
right?
no, like Ben Affleck has been photographed by the paparazzi
Right.
always with Dunkin'.
But
So he started monetizing on it, and Dunkin' started monetizing on it.
But it's like a regular thing, right? Because like before they've had like, so Dunkin' does this every year where they have like Boston celebrities. Like they had like John Krasinski one year too, and then they had like Rachel Dratch, and they do like.
Oh, I never noticed that.
And then like I've seen like, again, I've never been to Boston, nor do I want to go, but I've seen like memes too that like New Englanders need their Dunkin', and New Englanders are obsessed with their Dunkin', and like he's definitely part of it, but I think it's the whole general area. He just is the face of the area.
I never realized that connection with Dunkin'. I guess because like out west would be Starbucks, right?
Right.
And
And
then Dutch Brothers.
the other one, what's his name? He's another Boston guy that's big now. Captain America. He was in one year too. It was like Ben Affleck, John Krasinski, and him, because they all had like their Boston accents going, and they're like, yeah, Dunkin'.
Who's I can't think right now.
Chris Evans.
Chris Evans. I was thinking
It took
Chris
me a minute.
Pine, and I'm like, Chris Pine's not right.
No.
There's too many fucking Chris's.
There are. That's what on this Disney meme the other day, it was like, meet me at the best Chris Pratt ride, and he's done like so many things, you know. So like somebody was
Yeah.
at like Universal doing like Jurassic Park, and somebody was at like Guardians of the Galaxy ride.
Oh, that's funny.
You know what I mean? And then in the comments somebody was like, not me at the Lego movie ride. You know what I mean? Because he's literally in everything.
Everything.
He's in everything.
But that's I get all those quizzes confused.
Oh yeah, it's so confusing. There's too many.
Yeah.
I can't keep up.
No.
Nor do I care.
Although you just did know.
I did know. I did
So
know.
I think you do actually kind of keep up.
I think I keep up more than I realize.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to say I don't keep up, but I do.
Yeah.
I do. I want to pretend like I'm cooler than I am.
Speaking of Disney, they just announced a ton of shit the other day.
A ton of shit. First of all, Moana 2 is coming out the day before my birthday, so guess what I'm doing for my birthday?
Going to see Moana.
Yeah, you can go to your boy bands. I'm going to my Disney movies.
I'm going to my boy bands for my birthday, yeah.
So we still do the same things that we did when we were 16. 'Cause I always like the Disney movies and Kim always likes her boy bands.
It's
and
fine.
I'm going to be 39 the day after Moana.
If I can't see, if NSYNC decided not to do a reunion tour, I'm just going to see as many members as I can.
Yeah, well, you've got that all settled out.
Yeah.
We got a couple others too. Let me see. Because like I didn't care about these as much. I kind of care.
They announced not a new park. Was it something like that, or was that something like a rumor that I saw?
There are some rumors.
Oh,
So
okay.
they've been working. There was going to be like this campus, and then that was shut down, and then they were going to open another park somewhere else. And like, there's a lot of rumors. I mean, there's like been. They did announce that they are going to renovate the dinosaur world in Animal Kingdom, but that was like a D23 like a couple months ago. So I mean, but they don't. They're gonna do it like a South America theme. I think they're gonna put like Indiana Jones. So like, we have Indiana Jones live show here at Hollywood Studios, whereas in Disneyland, California, I believe at California Adventure, they have like a Indiana Jones show. Like a ride. So I
Okay.
believe, and it's similar to the dinosaur ride. So we think that they're gonna redo Dinosaur into Indiana Jones. And then they said they're gonna put like some Encanto stuff. I don't know. I mean, we like Dino World because my kid's into dinos, but like it is
Right.
very dated. It
Right.
is like it needs a redo. I just wish they could redo it to dinosaurs, but I mean they can't because what do they even own? That would be
Right.
dinosaur. You know what I mean? So, I mean, an Animal Kingdom was opened in
What
like
is
the
that
90s.
little dinosaur movie? Was that Disney?
Which one?
The little green dinosaur.
The Good Dino?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is, but I don't know if it's good enough. You know, like I don't
The
think
Good
it's
Dino's
yeah,
not
the
good?
good. I don't think it's popular enough.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't even think I got through the whole thing. But they have some other movies. So Zootopia 2 in 2025. I'm excited for that.
Zootopia.
Yeah, I do like
Yeah.
Zootopia. Frozen 3, Toy Story 5, and the Star Wars film focused on the Mandalorian will all release in 2026.
Toy Story 5.
Toy Story 5. I gotta tell you, I haven't watched past 3. I don't even know if I saw all of 3.
I don't know which ones I've seen.
I
I'm trying
know
to
that
think.
I didn't watch the Forky one because Forky's everywhere, and I don't know who the fuck that is. It looks like a pile of trash.
I think I did watch that. I think I did watch that one.
Is it a pile of trash that they made into a toy?
I think so.
Okay, well.
I don't remember. But I'm pretty sure something like that happened. That's the one with the angry bear, right? The angry purple bear.
Okay, I kind of know him, so maybe I saw part of that one. Maybe I just saw the. But yeah, he's got a name and it's stupid. But yeah, he's a giant purple pissed off bear.
Yeah, so mean.
He's so mean.
I didn't
Dick
like
bear.
him.
No, he's a dick bear. So yeah, I mean, like Andy's gone, right?
I know, like
the kids
how-
are with some other
who-
toy.
what
Toys
other-
are with
how
some
many-
other kid.
Listen, my kids had toys. They don't last this long. How the fuck are these toys still kicking? Like,
You got me on that one.
We have Slinky Dog. He's all like, like fucked up. He wouldn't walk anymore if he was
No.
if he came alive.
No, I don't think you would.
Like, how is Slinky Dog not all fucked up?
And Toy Story is older than your kids.
Yeah,
Maybe he's not going to be in this one. Maybe his slink's gone.
yeah. It should be like at some point they have to like bend his slinks a little bit, right? Make him old, like limping.
Right, I got like this jumbo fucking slinky, and I have to untangle the goddamn thing once a month.
Yeah, slinkies don't last that long.
No, they don't. Especially when they were metal.
And how does Buzz still have all his arms?
And all of his
And
stickers.
this thing, the little.
Oh, yeah, that
like,
would've
you
been
can't
gone.
fucking see the plastic covering on his helmet
And his wings. I would have
and
broke a
his
wing
wings.
for sure.
Yeah, I don't no.
No.
They need to be all busted up.
That's what they look like in real
5.
life.
Yeah.
Right? Band-aids.
They've
fucking
been through
duct
so
tape.
much and they're still together. Disney don't make their toys that good.
They don't. They really don't. They really don't. We got a fucking Pluto Doctor kit recently that I feel like was just like cheap. I mean, I didn't pay much for it, but like come on, Disney, fuck you.
Yeah.
I'm kidding, I love you.
Yeah. I think I saw Toy Story 5, Moana,
The one I'm really excited
Frozen
about.
3.
Zootopia.
Those are all good, though.
Yeah, they'll be good. And then what else did I get? Oh, Tiana's Bayou Adventure is finally opening in the summer. We don't have an exact date. So we have, so it's going to adventure in Disney World summer 2024. So this summer we should have Tiana's Bayou Adventure. So I haven't been to Magic Kingdom's not my favorite park. It used to be, and I know that, like, for nostalgia vibes, like, obviously, like, that's where you go, but, like, I don't know if it's people or what it is, but every time you go to Magic Kingdom, it's like the vibe is off. It's like everyone's angry, everyone's in a bad mood, even the cast members, and, like,
that's shitty.
Yeah, and, like, I mean, I don't, like, blame the cast members because people treat them badly all day long, and they're literally college students making nothing.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, like, be nice to the fucking cast members. But, like, it's just the vibe at Magic Kingdom is always off. So I haven't been there in a while. And, like, so when you go on, like, these Facebook mommy groups, they're going to tell you, you know, that Epcot and Animal Kingdom are, like, the worst parks for kids. But, like, in my experience with my child, that is not the case. But, like, everyone's different. Every kid is different. So, like, know your kid, but, like, don't just listen to these fucking blogs. Like, not all advice is one size fits all. Right? So, like,
everyone has opinions.
Right.
But
so, like,
I don't think I agree with that, and I haven't been to either park in a long time, but I just feel like maybe Epcot is probably the hardest, but that's your all's favorite.
The thing about Epcot is there's a lot of hidden playgrounds.
Yeah.
And then also, my kid is not... All kids are different. So, my kid is probably not as similar to other 5-year-olds because he doesn't want to go on rides. He doesn't want to meet characters. He's a big people watcher.
Yeah.
He will sit and, like, eat some french fries and just fucking watch. He's a big observer. Like, they always tell him at, like, this little nature program that he goes to, like, they always... Because he is there a lot, and there will be a lot of other kids, and, like, he can be, like, real kind of quiet and reserved. They'll always offer him, like, to pet the animals or to participate. Like, they always offer him to do things, and a lot of times he'll say no thank you, and then they'll tell him, you know, that's a scientist's job. A scientist does their whole job just by watching. It's okay. You can just watch. So, like, he's a big watcher. So, I mean, if your kid wants to, like, but also there's a lot of princesses. There's a lot of princesses to meet in Epcot. There is a, like, nature playground right outside of the Connections Cafe. If you go into the back of the Mission Space Ride, there's a really cool playground, and then, like, video games and stuff, like, for, like, bigger kids, too. It's really neat. And then there's the Kid Cop thing. So you go around the world, and you can stop in each country, and you get, like, a little sticker and a puzzle piece, and then you put it together and get a prize at the end, and, like... So, I mean, depending on what you want to do.
Right.
And then, like, also Frozen. There's a lot of kids that are really into Frozen.
And that's where she is, right?
Yeah,
in Norway?
Right. So, like, Anna and Elsa are in Norway. They have their Frozen ride. So, it all depends on your kid, but we do. So, anyway, Magic Kingdom, I haven't been. But I heard that they're taking the scaffolding down around. So, they had changed Magic, Splash Mountain is what's going to be Tiana.
Yeah.
So they've taken, like, the walls down, and they were, like, doing some stuff up at the top of the drop, and it doesn't look like it's very far off from what I've seen in pictures. I haven't been in person. Last time I was there in person was probably a couple months ago, and the walls were up, but I did hear that they just came down.
It makes sense to do that as Tiana. That's nice.
Yeah, like, I think it'll be cute.
I know there's, like, a lot of controversy around taking away Splash Mountain, but people bitch about anything.
And that's the thing, and, like, the whole Walt Disney's whole thing was that everything should be constantly evolving and changing. He didn't want it to all be the same old stuff. He wanted it... Walt Disney was very into progression. He was very into technology. He was very into, like, let's see where this takes us, and let's follow it there. Let's be innovative. So, like, you love to see people on the internet, you know, be like, Walt would be rolling over in his grave if they saw these changes y'all are making. But, like, no, that was literally his plan.
Right.
The whole time. Like, if you're into this kind of stuff, watch the Imagineering story on Disney Plus. It's a whole documentary about, like, Walt and how the parks came to be, and it's just, I get goosebumps talking about it.
Yeah.
Because it's really cool to, like, hear his take on what he thought the park should be and, like, what it actually turned into, and it's cool. It's cool. But he wanted things to be changing, so they are.
Right.
And it's cool.
As they should, though. Like, Disney's ever coming out with new things, so you just can't always have what was cool in the 80s.
Right. Like, you know, and, like, I mean, you're still gonna get your drop.
Splash Mountain was cool and all, but, like, the Princess and the Frog didn't exist when Splash Mountain came out, so...
Right, you gotta reimagine things. That's what they call it, reimagining. And that's what they're doing. And, like, I mean, you're still going to have your ride, right?
Right.
Like, if you wanted to Splash Mountain, you're still going to splash down the fucking mountain.
Right.
You're just going to sing a different song on your way up.
Yeah.
Care about Zippity Doo Dah anyway. I don't know. I've never been on Splash Mountain, so I'm afraid of drops, but I'm pretty sure that was a song.
I think it was, yeah. With Brer Rabbit.
Yeah. See, I knew those guys. Yeah, so Disney's definitely got some exciting stuff coming up. I mean, I don't know if it'll be as exciting as Epic Universe, because that's the exciting part.
Yeah.
So I haven't been to Universal in years, so I can't really speak on that. You've been more than I do.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go to Epic Universe.
We like Universal, but my kids are older, so they like the rides. Like, my kids love the roller coasters, and Kaylee loves Harry Potter. Well, I do too, but
right.
my kids. So Universal is like where they want to go now. But it's Universal, like, there's just not, I mean, there's a lot, don't get me wrong, but sometimes it just feels like they need to, like, update. I think the Epic Universe
I think that's going to be exciting.
Good for them, because you can do a lot. Like, we've gone for 2 days, and you can do both parks easily.
Really?
Do both parks in 2 days.
I feel like I can't even do one Disney park in 2 days.
Yeah. And that's without fast passes. But we called it the poor man's fast pass and took advantage of the single rider lines. Because the kids are older and we weren't really that worried about, like, sitting next to each other.
Or you don't care.
So we could run through the single rider lines and, like, run through the rides a lot quicker.
All right, if you don't care about sitting together, it doesn't matter. Use a single rider line.
Right.
A lot of people don't understand that.
The only one that didn't was the new Hagrid one. I forget what it's called.
The
motorbike one. Yeah, single rider line on that one took longer than the normal line because there's only 2 people per bike. So they're only pulling from the single rider line when an uneven party comes through. So, like, if a party of 5 comes through, they pull one from single rider.
So you're not really getting the benefit
So
there.
you're not. It takes so long to go through it. Like, last time we went, Kaden and Ashley went through the regular line, and we were in the single rider line, and they got on the ride before us.
Wow.
Yeah. And you're in the fucking direct sunlight in that single rider line, and you miss the whole
cool cues.
shit inside. Yeah.
I like the cool cues.
That's the only thing I wish I would have done differently, but otherwise, single rider line worked perfectly for us.
And they have some at Disney, and, you know, people talk about Disney a lot, but I don't think all the Disney rides have them. Either that or, like, I just didn't notice.
Yeah, I don't know if every ride has it at Universal either. I feel like there was some that didn't. And Hagrid just doesn't have a fast pass lane either, which probably makes it take so long too.
Right, that makes sense.
Yeah. It's a fucking amazing ride though.
That's a roller coaster.
It's so good.
I'm not going.
It doesn't really have any drops though, like this. Like, there's one part that you drop, but in a different way.
Yeah, it's the drop itself that I can't.
Yeah. It's a really good ride.
I can't handle it. I'm scared talking about it.
You're like,
I hate the drop. I don't know why that. That's what, like, when we went. So the last time I went to Islands of Adventure was the 8th grade. We had a field trip, and Islands of Adventure is all roller coasters.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna do that. I don't want to do it. And I was carried on to the Hulk. But I didn't make it because I was kicking and screaming, and then I eventually kicked him real hard in the chest, and he had to put me down, and I ran like the wind. And then the whole day, my teachers would be like, "Oh, so-and-so's looking for you," and I was like, "Oh, really? Where is he?" And then they would tell me, then I go the other fucking way.
Oh my god!
And I hid the whole time because these people are trying to carry me onto why, and, like, why disrespect people like that?
Yeah.
If I don't want to do it, I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Josh Stewart.
I knew.
I kicked that motherfucker right in his hollow ass chest.
Yeah. Deserved.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So that was the last time that I went to Islands of Adventure, because I don't. But they got me on the Velocicoaster. No, it wasn't a Velocicoaster.
No, I don't think that
it was. It was the
then.
regular. No, right, that's new. It was a regular Jurassic Park ride, but it went up, 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 and then it was like a big drop. And, like,
that was the regular. That was the water one. That's like not water, but water. Like you're in the water.
Yeah, it's like a boat ride.
Yeah.
And that was terrible, and I hated it. And then my aunt one time told me that the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train was not a big drop, and I guess it's not a huge drop, but it's bigger than I would like. So,
oh shit.
Yeah. And then she, like, giggles about it. And it's like, just because you're
People are
70
so
doesn't
mean.
mean we can't fight.
Why you gotta be so mean?
Right? So yeah, so exciting news at Disney. There's definitely that's gonna be exciting. And the movies are gonna be exciting. So Kim had mentioned last week, she had asked me about the cheerleaders, and then I went and they were there. The cheerleaders were there.
Oh yeah.
They were there. And like, yeah, they're gonna add some noise and they're gonna add some time to your lines, but honestly, they don't really bother me.
Right.
Because they are, especially like any of these competitive sports that these kids do, they are so disciplined and they love it. You wouldn't do that if you didn't love it.
Right.
So they know that they have to act a certain way in public or they're not going to be able to participate. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, I've read like reports online that's like, don't get on a ride with them because they'll scream the whole time. But like, I mean, isn't everybody screaming on the ride?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, they don't bother me personally.
Yeah.
You can tell they're there because if you go onto WaltDisneyWorld.com and you try to look at places to stay, the All-Stars will be sold out.
That's where they all stay.
Yeah. And I have heard that like staying at All-Star Sports when they're there can be really loud because
And it's a bunch of like
they're practicing,
girls and-
right? And like they're practicing, but like it's All-Star Sports.
Yeah.
They're doing sports. What do you want them to do?
Yeah.
And I've seen like people on YouTube will be like, well, don't stay there if you have young kids. I'm telling you, my kid would love to sit there and watch them.
Watch them. Yeah.
Yeah, he would think that was super cool.
It's cool.
It
to see
is.
them do the
They're
fucking
really
tricks.
impressive.
Yeah.
My sister was a competitive cheerleader, so we saw it like the whole time
Yeah.
we were teenagers. Like these kids are like real athletes, and like I know your kids have done sports, so like like these kids are disciplined. These kids are not last year the problem with the cheerleaders was not the cheerleaders. The problem with the cheerleaders was their fucking entitled ass parents.
Yeah.
I think sometimes when your kids are good at sports, not you, whoever we're talking to, but like in general, people get the sense of entitlement. Like my kid's special, I'm special. So like last year, at Epcot, a bunch of cheer parents decided to just get into a fountain, and
What the fuck?
they were just sitting in it drinking.
What?
And yeah, they got banned because what the fuck?
What the fuck?
Last year, a bunch of cheer parents like had their drinks at Epcot. They were drinking around the world, and they got into a fountain.
In what?
I think the one in Italy.
In what?
Maybe not.
Any fake world, real world is that? Like okay.
It's not.
What?
Right, that's why I call them entitled, because I don't even know, like, I can't imagine what else you were thinking. Do you think that you're special? Because why would you think that you can just sit in the fountain? Because I don't like to throw that entitled around, because I know that's become such like an internet buzzword. Whenever somebody does something you don't like, they're entitled, right?
Yeah.
And like, so I don't want to throw it around lightly, but like, I really don't know of another way to explain why you think you can just sit in the fucking fountain.
What the fuck?
It's hot at Epcot. We all know that. They sell misting fans. There's like fountains that the kids can run through, but where the fountains where the kids can run and play, there's like these overhangs that mist. So you can like get a coffee and you can stand there and be misted in the shade while your kid plays in the fountain. There's no reason to go sit inside the fountain that you're not supposed to be in. And not fountain, splash pad, splash pad, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm not letting my kids sit in the fountain. But it's like a splash pad that kids can play in, and then you as the adult can stand in like an overhang with misters. It's pretty fucking cool. I don't know why you need to sit in the fountain.
So random.
So the cheerleaders aren't really the problem. Sometimes the adults with them can be.
It's the parents. It's usually how it goes.
Right? All right, so Squirrel, this is so stupid and weird, but this is just the parents that reminded me. Did you watch any of these Senate hearings with the social media?
No, I don't think so.
So I get that social media can be a problem for children, right? And like some of these kids are getting eating disorders from the things they see online, but like we got eating disorders from Cosmo, right? So like this isn't new. This isn't new. And so they made Zuckerberg apologize to parents.
I saw that.
Is that not on us? Is that not on us to make sure that what your kid's seeing?
That was weird to me. And I don't like, I'm
not a fan of his, but Zuckerberg. We're not saying that we like him, but I don't think that that's on him.
Yeah.
What your kids are doing online. He created this thing for college students and it evolved into this thing for adults. If your kid gets on it, that's on you, no?
Yeah. I think that, I guess as a platform like developer or whatever, there is a little bit of a responsibility to keep things that shouldn't be on the internet. But he already sets the
I think he does a good
ages,
right, and that's the thing.
And parents or kids, actually, my kids aren't fucking stupid. Like, and no kid is. They know that if they change their birth year, they can get on to things.
And we know they're doing that, but like, isn't that on us to monitor
and
it?
They know, and they know my birth year, so they'll just put in my birth year.
Right.
You know what I mean? So they know how to get around shit. But I don't think that Zuckerberg should be.
I don't think it's all personally on him.
It's not on him, all on him, no.
Right, that's how I felt.
And it's very hard to, in all aspects, it's very hard to keep everything out and away.
Right, and do we even want that? Because okay, right, so I just said it's on the parent to keep an eye on things, and yeah, absolutely know what your kid's up to, but they're gonna see things on the internet that you don't want them to, but we saw these things in magazines, we saw these things at friend houses, so it's this is nothing. Seeing something that's inappropriate as a teenager is nothing new. I think that's where being a parent that's involved in your kid's life, that's where that comes in, right? So they see something, and so I'm not going to put your business out, but I know that your kids are teenagers, and I know that they've seen things and they've done things, and you've talked to them,
right?
And I think that is what you do. As long as you're in constant communication with them, you're always talking to them about it, then it's explained to them, then they can understand it. If your kid sees these things without context and they're afraid to talk to you, that's when it gets sketchy. Right. That's when it's I
agree with that. I mean, I just try to be really open. We just try to be really open with our kids because they're gonna see shit.
Right.
It's out there for the world. You can block it all you want. You cannot give your kid a phone. You can take away the internet.
They're gonna see it on someone else's.
You can take everything away and they'll go to a friend's house and watch it because not every parent has the same rules that you have.
Right.
Or they'll see it at school, or the kids will talk about it at school, or it's just, you can be as strict as you want and kids are going to find a way around it. So it's, for me, that's at least how I feel. And so for me, it's more important for me to get ahead of it and say, listen this, listen that, let's have a conversation about it. Okay, what did you see? Okay, what about this? I don't know, don't.
And I feel like that's what you have to do.
Yeah. Otherwise they just don't. They go into it blindly, and if they're not learning it from you, they're going to learn it from someone else, and I'd rather them learn it from me. Where I can control the narrative that is being said to them, I guess, in a way. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And I feel I want to throw you and make you do all the hard things, but it's nice for me that you're at this stage and my kid's still 5, because I do we've had so many conversations about I've said a million times, and I'll say it again, I feel like your parenting is so cool and great. And again, I'm not gonna but your kids, they come to you and they talk to you about things that not everybody would be comfortable talking to their parent about, and I feel like that right there is a sign of they trust you, and that's what's important. Your kids have to trust you, and they'll never, what you're saying, if you see something out in the world and you don't trust your parent, or the schools that want to push abstinence, right? So if you don't, I've read people that go to religious schools or that learn abstinence only, they get a period, they don't know what it is, they think they're dying, they don't know that sex can produce pregnancy because no one ever told them.
Right.
I know that that's not your guys' stuff, but that's just stuff in general that's that's part of the problem of parents not talking, parents just thinking that oh, they'll figure it out on their own. I feel with the internet, it's not that different. It's different, but we still had access to things that we might not necessarily have needed to know about, but having that parental discussion is what makes it
right.
I don't know, I feel I've lost my train of thought completely.
No, I understand what you're saying, though, and honestly, the internet was not there. I always see the older generation will try to say we should parent the way that they parented, right? That we're wrong in the way we parent because it's not what they did. But we're not raising kids in the same world that we were raised in.
And how good did we come out?
Right. I don't know anybody my age that isn't somehow fucked up.
Right. That's what I've had that conversation with my dad a couple times. He's well, you should do this, you should do that. I'm well, I wish that I would have been treated this way as a child, and I think that it would have helped me do this and this.
Yeah.
And then he's well, okay.
And honestly, I think the internet is what has helped our generation realize that.
Right, because you're learning.
Because we're hearing that we weren't alone in things, and what should have, or what, why you feel the way you feel, or what, you could have done, or what should have been done, or how you should be treated. The internet shows the other side to us, you know what I mean? And we didn't have our parents didn't have that growing up, you know what I mean? So maybe maybe the internet is actually a better thing.
I think it is. I think it's cool, and I think
it opens it can show kids things that maybe they would be too young to see or shouldn't be seeing. There is that side of it, but I think it's more of a positive thing than.
And I think that side of it is part of life too. Like, you're always gonna, I mean, you don't know you're not gonna pull up to 7-Eleven and see somebody overdose on the sidewalk. You could see that in real life.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a scary, terrible thing, but you know what I mean? Like, that's the scary, terrible thing you'll see on the internet. You can see scary, terrible things in real life.
Yeah.
And I feel like the internet too has helped with like behavioral sciences, right? So like, we all don't have the money for therapy, but you can follow a psychiatrist on fucking Instagram.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I think that's helped with the parenting too. Like, when you're saying that, that's what I was thinking too. Like, I follow a lot of like child psychiatrists, child psychologists, and like get advice from them on like how to treat your kids. You know what I mean? And like, you didn't have these resources before. My mom would always be like, there's not a book on parenting. First of all, there was at least What to Expect in the 80s.
Yeah.
But now there really are. There's so many resources. There's so many, and it's not all one size fits all.
Speaking of books though, every time I read a book and it's like a self-help book or something, and they'll talk about how the things that like you struggle with now are a result of like your childhood. Every time I read something like that, I think, how bad am I fucking up my kids? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
all the self-help books are like, it's because of this in your childhood. And I'm like, fuck, man. You don't realize, like, you think that, you know, your childhood was so long ago, but you don't realize how much it really affects you even as an adult.
I think about that too. Or like, when I think about like, oh, I wish my parents would have done differently, so I'm going to do it differently. It's like, okay, well, what way am I fucking them up? Because if I'm not fucking them up this way, I'm going to fuck them up another way.
Right.
So, I mean, hopefully it's
Just
not
do
as
best. Bad. We just do our best and hope that they turn out okay.
They'll probably be fine. I mean, your kids are looking pretty good.
Thanks. But, yeah. I don't know where.
Yeah, we got way sidetracked.
Yeah, I don't even know.
Oh, we were talking about cheerleaders. We were talking about the cheerleaders.
That went.
Yeah,
that went.
yeah,
Squirrel.
that went. Yeah. Well, that made me think of like Congress hearings and whatnot. Yeah. So Disney World's cool. The cheerleaders are there, but they're not going to bother you. I mean, unless you don't like noise and crowds, but then you wouldn't be going to Disney World anyway. So.
Yeah. No, you wouldn't.
All right, I would go now before spring break. I'd rather deal with them than the spring breakers.
Oh my God! So we were at the Super Bowl party that we were at over the weekend, and so obviously I cut my hair, right?
Yeah,
like,
right.
Chopped it all off.
Yeah, you told me last week that you had an appointment to do it.
So right. So Christopher the day before is like, oh my God, Kim, we should pull a prank on all of our friends, and I'm gonna cut your hair at the Super Bowl party. And I was like, what? And he's like, you're gonna chop it off tomorrow anyways. And I was like, I know, but it still felt wrong, right? But then eventually I agreed to it. Like, whatever, I'm cutting it. It will be funny. So fine, we'll do it. So, I mean, I kept thinking, like, is he going to do it? Is he going to do it? As the day went on. No one else, the only one other person knew it was happening. And so we're sitting there watching the game, and he comes up behind me with fucking kitchen scissors and cuts like 2 inches off the bottom of my hair. And my friend happened to be recording like something else that was going on in the kitchen.
Oh, good thing she got it.
Yeah, because I told Chris too, if you're gonna fucking do it, at least record it. But I guess
right,
Michelle was already like, right? Michelle was like already recording something else. So then like our other friend like tapped her, like, look what's going on over there. So she gets recording it. So everyone's like, what the fuck? So I don't think it took them very long to realize that it was a joke, because you
would have lost your shit if it
wasn't
wasn't
enough, right? Like, I think they were like, there's no fucking way that he would have done that ever. Like, they know he would not have fucking done that.
Better than that.
And if he did do it, I would have flipped the fuck out, and I didn't flip out. I was like, what the fuck are you doing? But I didn't like lose my shit. So I decided I'm gonna post it on TikTok because it's funny. It was funny to me. Like, it was a prank. It was a joke. I was in on it. And the comment section is like eating him alive.
So I saw it on your TikTok, and at first I was like, what is he doing? And then I saw your reaction, and I knew that it had to be staged because I know you, and I know that you would have like gone fucking bear crazy on him.
Yeah.
If it was real. And also I knew that you were planning on cutting your hair off.
Right. Like, everyone kind of knew that. Like, that, no, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
I said, like, I'm chopping it.
So, like, first of all, I knew that wouldn't have been your reaction if it was real. And, like, also, if you were planning on cutting your hair off the next day, again, okay, like, consent, you can't just go around cutting people's hair, but, like, it's not that big of a deal because you're cutting it the next day. And I saw the video, and I was like, oh, Kim, that's funny. And then I went to the comments, and I was going to put some laughing emojis, and the comment section scared me, so I ran away because it was
I mean, fair enough. I'm like, dang, Chris.
And I get it. If you don't know it's a joke, they're like, he's abusive.
which isn't funny. But it
No,
like it
abuse
is
isn't
because
funny.
it's not.
But it's funny because
real,
it wasn't
like,
real.
But that's like total. I guess that
That's
like
how the internet goes.
right into the conversation we were just having about the internet.
Internet's
like,
gonna
you
internet.
can't fucking believe everything you see on it either, because that was totally staged and I knew it was happening. But and Chris got on the comments and he thinks it's funny. Like, thankfully he has like a thick skin and nothing bothers him.
Oh, he went in there and wrote LMB in the comments. Yeah, I saw that.
And he was like, well,
and then I almost responded to his comment. And I
you
was
got
like,
a lot of supporters, Kim. Like, they're all sticking up for you.
They were. They really
the
were.
The internet is a great place for, like, they are usually really supportive. At least TikTok. TikTok is very supportive of, like...
The poster.
Yeah.
And I have a cousin who said this a lot, too. And, like, so I was, like, not on TikTok for a long time. And, honestly, she was always like, the TikTok community is very strong. And that's what she always told me. She's like, the TikTok community is strong. They will have each other's back no matter what. If you cannot fight with people on TikTok...
run. What the fuck? That's so wrong. It probably didn't help that I captioned it divorce.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it was fake. I knew, guys. I knew that I was, like, literally, like, how much did I take off? My hair was, like, down past my boobs.
Yeah, he didn't cut near close to where you were going. That's
why my chin. So, like, and I took all my, because I wanted to do, like, stupid transition videos.
So you did that before?
So I did all that before the Super Bowl, like, before I left my house to go to the party. So I had it all set, and, yeah, it was planned. So please, he's not a terrible human being. I knew it was happening.
That was pretty funny, though.
Yes, the guy's like, one guy was like, oh, you're cue her defending him. Yes, because I am going to defend that because I was in on it.
Yeah, it was like, wait for the next video where she talks about what a great guy is. Yeah, but...
It was a little shocking, though. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I really had to keep convincing, because that is kind of like it does feel a little violating, and right? Like to have your hair cut.
I do get why the internet came to your defense.
Yeah.
I did think that it was staged.
But like, I knew it was happening, but I also was like, dang, my hair is cut. But I was chopping it anyway. So like, it didn't matter. I was chopping way more off than like what he cut. I was so jacked up. So when I went to my hairdresser and I had my hair up in the clip and she like goes to take it down, and I was like, wait.
Let me explain.
Before you take my hair down, it was cut with kitchen scissors yesterday. Yeah, so that was funny. That's on my TikTok if you want to see it.
It was funny.
That was funny.
It was funny. And you're a pretty good actor, because you did seem like you're like, what the fuck? But like, I knew that the real Kim would have been like, what the fuck?
No, I would have fucking attacked him.
Yeah.
I would have taken the kitchen scissors and stabbed him if that was real.
Like, she would have tackled his ass if this was real. He'd be on the ground. Because you did play it off like you were surprised, but I knew that your real reaction would have been more than that.
Yeah. And then people in the comments are like, your friends aren't good. No one even tried to stop. But I think, like, they all knew, too. Like, they all knew by my reaction, too. And they all knew I was chopping my hair. Like,
Everybody
we had literally just had the conversation. So they all knew that, like, my reaction was too calm for that to be real. Like, they came off of me. Like, their like, reaction was a reaction to my reaction.
Right. They're playing off of your vibe.
Yeah, like, I wasn't, like, murdering him. So
you just sat there and let him continue to cut your hair.
Yeah, I'm like, what are you doing?
But you didn't move at all or try to stop him. So, like, clearly it's not real, because if it was real, you would have fucking snatched them scissors out of his hand so quick.
Yeah. But, yeah, the internet
thought it was real.
Yeah, I played good that way, apparently.
You did. Because they don't know you.
Right.
I knew.
But they came to my defense.
They
I
really
appreciate
did.
that.
TikTok was there for you, Kim.
I appreciate them.
It was a good one. It was funny.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess we end on that because we're at an hour and we don't want to keep taking people's time.
Yeah. Oh, thanks.
Thanks for listening to us chat.
It was fun.
Hopefully, we entertained you.
Yeah, we entertained ourselves. That's for damn sure.
At the very least.
At the very least, we think we're funny.
We think we're funny.
I think your pranks are funny, Kim. I think TikTok's concerned for you, but that's okay. That's nice of them.
Yeah.
Thanks, TikTok.
Thanks, TikTok. And thank you for listening to our ridiculousness.
I like it. Too bad Rob Dyrdek already used that name, and then MTV just plays his show all day, every day.
All day, every day.
Oh my God, it's not even MTV anymore. It's Rob Dyrdek's ridiculousness.
It's ridiculousness. And Chanel.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
That bitch.
What
All
was
right.
the other guy? Rest in peace. He was awesome. Robin Big.
Oh, but it's the first. Yeah, I knew Big passed, but for a second when you said the other guy, I thought we were just talking about ridiculousness. I was like, what happened to Sterling?
No, not him. but
Big, yeah,
Big.
yeah. Back from Robin Big.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good show.
All right, on that note,
All
see
right.
y'all next week.
Peace.
Peace. K-Town down.